Now, Kyran, you absolutely, well, I was going to say walked it, but you skated it on Dancing on Ice, right? You know, nobody obviously could touch you in that rink. And I've got to ask you, have you been doing it since?
I've been skating since I won a couple of years ago, and I'm in Holiday on Ice now. And
really, what's Holiday on Ice?
Holiday on Ice is a travelling professional show. I'm up in Liverpool and Birmingham.
How amazing does that sound, everybody?
I know, it's fantastic.
How amazing does that sound?
But all my rugby mates still take them.
I bet they give you a lot of stick, don't they?
Of course they do.
Now, Kyran, I need some help from you, my friend, because since being in the housemates have been throwing a few moves themselves, yeah? And we thought you being a dancing aficionado and all, you might want to judge their technique.
Yeah, let's go.
Would you help me do this? Please get ready for Dancing on Stuff. You like Jonas, do you? Now, I've just got to point out that Jonas was indeed dancing to his own terrible song there.
And out of time as well. I mean, he's out of time to his own song. Now, what sort of dance was that?
I don't. It was a hurdy-gurdy.
Hurdy-gurdy. I didn't really like it. I don't think it's going to do well on this show.
Do you think it would work well on the ice? Do you think you could maybe do something like it?
Well, Jason Gardner might like it. I'm wearing his jacket for the weekend.
Right.
How are you?
You all right?
You all right?
So, cars. You like cars?
I love my cars. Massively into my cars, yeah.
What's in your garage?
Well, at the moment, I've got a DB7 from '96, which I love taking out.
Nice.
But I've got 2 kids, so I need my 4x4, which is a Grand Cherokee 5.7 Hemi.
All them greenhouse gases.
Well, no, actually, Gordon will be happy I've converted it to gas because it's expensive to run.
Bless.
So
we're at a track. You done any track driving?
Never done anything like it.
Okay, well, it's completely different to driving on the road.
Well, they've actually done anything wrong, Kyran. It doesn't sit very comfortably with me.
And nor with me. I mean, just from the basis of our state is democracy and the right to protest and freedom of speech. And the thing is, but I do think there's a huge difference between the preemptive arrests for stopping. They can't stop people protesting, but if they're going to stop people carrying out criminal activity, then that's okay, like they do with football.
But as we heard in the run-up to the royal wedding, I mean, pulling people for having anti-monarchy placards, I would have thought an anti-monarchy placard was a prime example of free speech in action, isn't it?
No, I think they should be allowed to demonstrate peacefully. Okay, they should have a space somewhere to be allowed to demonstrate peacefully. We're going to go on later about North Korea and Kim Jong-un. When he came in to power, it was insinuated in all the press that actually, they had thousands of people waving flags, all smiling, cheering, saying actually they're all paid to do it. That's why they're there. Are we the same now? Are we going in the same direction? Because they might say, well, any protesters who disagree with Margaret Thatcher are being sort of arrested, sort of preempted, and are we going down the same way? We're not a state police like them. This is one of the best meals you can have, in it. Would you rather, is this your last meal?
Might be. We've got the bull riding practice. How are you feeling about that?
I was all right until that lady said she's seen people die doing it.
I think the one thing you don't want to do is go over the horns. You've got to try and somehow come off.
They've got horns, have they?
I imagine so.
You bought all the gear for it. All the gear, no idea.
Hi, I'm Kyran Bracken, ex-England Rugby International and curry lover, although I'm not much use in the kitchen. So curry expert Cyrus is here to show me how easy it can be. Right, well, half an hour to go. Cyrus is watching the rugby, so let's get it in here. Give it a stir. Let's get back and watch the rugby.
Chopped tomatoes there, onion, fresh coriander.
Now, with the meat, I mean, all minced meat looks the same to me. How do I know, quality-wise, what to choose?
It's always important to use good quality ingredients in your cooking. If you look for a quality mark, like the red tractor mark, the beef logo, then you know you're getting farm assured beef. This one of the marks you can look out for in supermarkets to be sure that meat has been responsibly produced to meet quality standards.
Their biggest danger, however, I think, is underestimating opposition now, going against the French. I would have said that would be a game that could be, a tricky game in the sense that, the French after autumn were the team to beat. I mean, they looked amazing. And that's it about the French. You can never tell what's going to come out on the day. They don't like travelling. The backs are against the wall. They haven't picked the right half-backs, but they could get everything right.
Kyran Bracken, former England scrum half, is alongside me. Kyran, can we expect anything similar, do you think, this afternoon?
We'd like to think so, but last year I think was just a one-off. I mean, it was a fantastic day, a fantastic game. I think, though, the writing's slightly on the wall at the moment. England, last 2 games, flatters to deceive. They won the games, but did they look, world-beating team? I don't think so. They've got problems with England at the moment, in my view, about the style of play they're how to win games. They're not going to win a World Cup by kicking, points here and there. And I think they have to string together, 2 good halves, and they have to try and score tries. Now, we're playing against the All Blacks, best team in the world by a mile. They're going to be hurting from last year. So I'm imagining that England are going to have to really pull out the bag, but there's so much strength in this New Zealand side. 3 players over 100 tests. Dan Carter, who's going to be key for them. If there's one chink in the armoury, I do think it's in their pack at scrum time. I think the England pack have really, covered themselves well over the last few games. If we can dominate the pack and cause problems, get into Aaron Smith and try and stop Dan Carter controlling the game, we will, however, have to kick a lot better than we have done in the last 2 games. But you never know. It's international rugby. It's the All Blacks that are coming here. They're coming here for that important win, and it would be lovely to see an England win.